Hi, hello there. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah Wanyama. This is where we keep it real, simple, and savvy, and we talk all matters finance, faith, and fun. So today we are going to review a book that we read last year, and we are going to look into books that we want to read this year. So the book that we read last year is The Richest Man in Babylon. Richest Man in Babylon is a wealth of personal financial management. It's a book that was written in 1926, and its wealth of knowledge still stands up to today. So this book has been written by George Clason. In the period 1920 to 1924 in the US, they were being given pamphlets that had personal financial management knowledge that would help people to improve on their finances. So he took all these pamphlets and put it together into a book, which is now The Richest Man in Babylon, and it was published in 1926. So Richest Man in Babylon has parables, a lot of parables given by a man that was the richest in Babylon called Akkad. It is a fictional story, but it's about parables that were given by Akkad to help us in building wealth or creation of journey. So it has been divided into two themes. One, the 7 cures, and number 2, the 5 laws of gold. And those are the things that we want to look to today. There are other parables in that book, but I would want you to read it. So I want you to read it and analyze it by yourself. So this book, one thing it talks about is it talks about saving 10%, paying your debt with 20% of your income, and you living off 70%. Then someone will come to me and tell me, oh, Sarah, I saved 30%, so this book will not help me. Anyway, this book is for people who have a lot of debts and also who are starting on their financial journey, building their wealth creation. So where do you want to start? This book will help you. Start with 10% savings. Your income, save 10%, pay debts 20%, and then leave off 70%. Then some people will tell me, where will I pay my tithe with? From the 70%, you can use it 10% of first 10%. That means these people are in the category of 10% first pay your tithe, then 10% you save, then 20% you pay your debt, and then you leave off 60%. So that's the things that we want to I want to put across, that this book is for people who want to start building. They are starting off in their journey of wealth creation, and maybe they have a lot of debts and they want. So let's look into the 7 cures. Cure number 1, start thy path to fattening. Here, Akkad advises us on saving 10% of your annual income to start building up your wealth. As I said, he recommends that 10% of every income you get, you save it up so that you can start building up your wealth. Then cure number 7, control thy expenditures. Akkad advises against luxury expenditures, and most of the time these luxury expenditures, we confuse it with our necessities. And in this book he says that as our income grows is when our expenditure grows, because most times when our income grows, our luxury expenditures grows, and then we confuse them with the necessities. While you receive low income, a car might not be a necessity, but when your income grows and you get a car, that now the luxury that was there before now becomes a necessity. So let's control the expenditures. Cure number 3, make thy thy gold multiply. He advises us to invest and to compound the investment return from these savings. So the savings that we started off with, cure number 1, he advises us that we spend it and that we take control of compound investment. We have said in our videos before about compound interest, and it is among the magical things in finance, that whatever you save, and when it grows, we compound it. The savings we have, when we invest it, whatever earnings it gets, it also gets earnings. So that's what we call compound interest. Then guard thy treasures from loss. He advises against investing in getting quick rich schemes. So now the investments that we have, we need to look into investments that are not giving us loss. Most of us want quick money, and that's how we lose. So he in cure number 4, he tells us to guide our treasures from loss. Cure number 5, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. He advises one to buy a principal residence and use it to build business. He tells us that a wise man has a place to go. A wise man has a home. So build a profitable investment, build a principal residence, and make it grow your business. Then cure number 6, ensure a future income. He advises on having a pension and future retirement income. Most of us, we build wealth, but we forget to invest in our future. We forget that we need pension. We forget that we need money for retirement. So he advises that we invest in our future by having a pension scheme and having a future retirement income. Then number 7, increase the ability to earn. He advises to keep developing your own skills to increase your investing wisdom and also to increase your earnings power. This has just brought me to what we discussed last week on Tuesday, and we talked about one of the money goals we want to crush, which was goal number 8, that is building our financial education. Improve your skills so that we cannot be disposable. You can be very important. So when you improve your skill, you improve your income because you're good at what you do. So, and then we go now to the 5 laws of gold that he gave in his book. The 5 laws of gold. Law number 1, gold cometh gladly and in increasing quantity to any man who will put but not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. This law of gold number 1 resembles or is similar to the 7 cures, which is the first cure that we read in the 7 cures, which is that saving is the first step towards wealth creation. That's what this first law says, that we need to save 1/10 of all our income. That's the first step to wealth creation. Then number 2, gold laboreth diligently and contently for the wise owner who finds for it profitable employment, multiply even as the flocks. This one is very similar to the 3rd cure. Savings can themselves grow and compound your wealth. So this is where we say that we need to invest our savings and take advantage of compound investment. Then number 3, gold clingeth to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise men who handle them. This is similar to the 4th cure, which is about being patient and having a long-term view. Stop investing in getting rich quick schemes and invest in places where you are patient and let your money grow. Look at the long-term view. Then number 4, gold slippeth away from the man who invests it in businesses or purposes which he is not familiar or which are not approved by those skilled in its keep. Invest your money where you have skills in. Invest your money where you're investing, those people know what they are doing, so they are skilled in that area. Otherwise, you will lose your money. Number 5, gold fleece the man who would force it to impossible earnings, or who followeth the alluring advice of tricksters and schemers, or who trusts it to his own inexperience and romantic desires in investment. Avoid get rich quick scheme or very aggressive wealth creation strategies. That's what it says. So the 5 laws of gold. In a nutshell, what this book is saying: save 10% of everything you earn, and do not confuse your necessary expenses with your luxury. And then number 2, work hard to improve your skills and to ensure a future income, because wealth is the result of a reliable income. Number 3, you cannot arrive at the fullest measure of your success until you crush the spirit of procrastination within you. Those are in a nutshell, those are the 3 things that this book is saying. So please read that book, and trust me, you will have a lot of things to learn. I read that book a few years ago, and I started saving 10%. Now I told you I am at 20% of my income. I am saving it, and I want to grow. So it has helped me in my financial journey. Now this month I am looking into reading the 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. And then I am, as we have said in the past video, that this year we are looking to be consistent, we are looking to be focused, and we are looking to be disciplined. So every month we'll be reading a book, and these are the books that we'll be reading this year. The 5 a.m. Club, Robin Sharma. What's Your Next Move by Nicolette Mashile. This book will help you in identifying your assets, your liabilities, your financial journey. You're broke. You're not broke, you're pre-rich by Mapalo Maku. Money Wise by Rina Hicks. Atomic Habits by James Clear. Making Sense, Washeken Duarte. Becoming by Michelle Obama. The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. The Smart Money Woman by Eres Ogu. Think Like a Monk, Jay Shetty, and The Smart Money Tribe, Eres Ogu. I have written 11 books because January is already done. So this month we are going to look at the 5 a.m. Club. We want to be productive, and this book is all about productivity. So let's be a reading nation and help us grow our skills. That's it for me today about the book review and the books that you need to look out in 2021. So thank you. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to share this video. Do not forget to like if it's the kind of content you love, and also comment down below. Please comment down below. Thank you. Bye till next time.